Hi, my name is John Plyler. I'm the owner and head instructor at Fight to Win Lake Norman in Denver, North Carolina, and I'm a black belt in Jiu Jitsu under Hoist Gracie. I started training martial arts when I was young as a kid, training a lot of traditional martial arts, had black belts in some other systems, and then, of course, seeing what Hoist did in the early days of the UFC was a big influence on me, as well as the rest of the world, to see what really is effective in a real fight. Seeing little skinny Brazilian guy in his pajamas go in and choke everybody and put them to sleep that were much bigger and stronger, and just understanding the concepts of leverage and ground fighting, grappling techniques really changed the whole world of martial arts for me and for everyone else. And once I found Jiu Jitsu, it was a complete 180 shift from everything, all of the other more striking-based stuff that I had been doing in the past. Yeah, I got involved with the Fight to Win team actually as a brown belt. My former instructor actually passed away, unfortunately, shortly after I got my brown belt in Jiu Jitsu. And Steve Hall, who had moved up from Florida a few years back, he and I were close friends, had spent some time on the mat training together, traveling together, working tournaments, refereeing all over the world together. And so he welcomed me into his team. And so my academy became a part of the Fight to Win network at that point. We started Fight to Win Lake Norman originally. This is our 11th year. So we started very small, just teaching adult classes a couple days a week, kind of in the back of a warehouse. It's just been a consistent, slow, steady growth since then over the past 11 years. We started our kids program a few years later. We've moved locations several times. Now we are where we are today. What we do at Fight to Win that's a little bit unique is we try to focus on the complete art of Jiu Jitsu with more of a self-defense focus. There are a lot of different aspects of Jiu Jitsu. Of course, there's sport competitions, and we have a lot of our students that like to compete regularly, and we support that and encourage that for the ones that want to do it. But that's just a very small piece of what Jiu Jitsu is. Really, anybody can do this art. We have students in our program from 4 years old to 64 years old. So everybody can do it at their own level. Most people come into a martial arts school, any martial art, because they want to learn how to defend themselves. They don't necessarily come in wanting to go win medals in a tournament. So what we try to teach is hands-on, realistic self-defense. The concepts and the techniques in Jiu Jitsu. Jiu Jitsu is very complicated, but it's very simple at the same time. It's all just based on physics and leverage and just learning how to manipulate the body to control your opponent and to try to be as efficient as you can with all of your movements. So if someone's interested in checking out the program, they can reach out to us through our website. All our contact information is on there. And we'll schedule a day to come in and meet with them. And typically we like to do a little intro class so that they can check out the program, make sure it's a good fit for them, and make sure they're a good fit for our program. And then we go from there. Obviously what we do is can be pretty physically intense. And as much as we try to do everything as safely as possible, obviously there's always a potential for injury and just wear and tear on the body. And I've been fairly lucky, but I've had my fair share of little nagging injuries over the years. Ongoing problems with my left knee for many years. A couple different surgeries on it. Basically had the meniscus completely removed through a couple different procedures. Just wear and tear over the years. I think from a lot of the stuff that I did when I was younger that put a lot of stress on the knee. And I've kind of dealt with it the best that I could up until it got to the point where it wasn't really manageable. Recently, it was getting to the point where it was just really inhibiting my ability to train and be on the mat. It was even just my day-to-day life, just being able to walk around and things like that was causing me a lot of just chronic pain. I first heard about NeoGenix actually through a few of my students, as well as my instructor, Steve Hall, that have had some procedures done. We've had a couple of our students that have had PRP or adipose or various different stem cell procedures done on knees and shoulders and backs. And so I was looking for something, obviously, to give me some relief, really trying to avoid having to have a more invasive surgery if I could. Seen an orthopedic doctor that recommended me to have a knee replacement. Really wanted to avoid that if I could, and try something that can actually possibly help to improve the knee over a long term. All the staff at NeoGenix, everyone was really super friendly and helpful, and really seemed like they have my best interest in mind. Trying to come up with a good solution that works well for my particular condition. Really just evaluating what was going on and seeing what needed to be done. So the procedure that I had done was the bone marrow aspirate and the adipose on my knee, and then later with the PRP injection. I think it was a really simple, from my end, it was a very simple procedure and really very minimally intrusive. Definitely sounds worse than it is. I would say, as far as discomfort with the actual procedure, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was maybe a 0.5. Definitely something that was pretty easy and would do again. Right now, the knee feels great. Obviously, it's not 100%. Probably won't be 100%, but much better than it was. Much better range of motion, much less pain and discomfort. Prior to the procedure, it was, I was having difficulty getting around, was keeping me up at night, waking me up at night. Now I don't have any of that. I have a lot more mobility, and basically it's allowed me to get back on the mat and be able to train with my team, which is the best part of it. Anybody that's watching this, if you're having chronic pain and you're maybe considering having surgery, been recommended to have surgery, definitely go talk to the guys at NeoGenix. Most likely, they can help you out. They'll let you know if they can help you out. And if they can, it's a much less invasive route than a surgical procedure, and something that, from my experience, I've had great results, and my students that have been to NeoGenix have had great results as well. My name's John Plyler. If you're having issues with pain, definitely recommend go check out NeoGenix, see if those guys can help you out.